Are you ready to fill your soul with the sustenance it needs? Look no further. Bishop Joshua Fonseca's Soul Food Podcast. You can listen anytime to these engaging messages of faith. From testimonies and real-life stories to musical entertainment, is here to satisfy your spiritual hunger. Tune in today for a journey of hope, strength, and truth, and be uplifted with each episode wherever you are. Don't let your soul go hungry. It's time for some soul food.
When I tried to commit suicide, I took 14 NyQuil pills. Wow. And the reason why nothing happened to me is because I texted my god sister and my best friend. I was like, saying my goodbyes, basically. And my god sister called my mom, and my mom came into my room, and, she was with me the whole night to make sure that I was okay. Wow. And the reason why I would laugh at first is because after my dad really made fun of me, he's like, you try to kill yourself with NyQuil, and that really hurt me. And, I covered it up with laughs, but it hurt me because he didn't see how much pain I was in.
You are now listening to Soul Food with Bishop Joshua. Don't stop listening, there is more soul food to share. Stay tuned to listen to the rest of this story.
What is your biggest insecurity?
I would say my biggest insecurity, especially growing up, would be my nose. Let me show you. So I'm South Asian, right? I have this little bump in my nose, and I've always been a bit like, I don't have that cute little slope kind of thing. So it bothered me a little when I was younger, but I'm a little bit over it now, but it's still a little bit of an insecurity.
So what are the sorts of things that you did to kind of get through that insecurity?
I think being able to see more South Asian people and people of colour in media who don't have the typical little button nose kind of thing, it helped me to grow my confidence and be like, you know what, it's normal to have your little bump and your big nostrils or whatever, it's fine to look anyway.
100%. So then what would you say to other young people that are struggling with similar insecurities and they've not managed to go through the process that you have?
If you keep thinking I'm beautiful and I look the way I do and that's okay, then it's much better for your mind, positive mindset,
What is your biggest insecurity?
Body image. Always kind of has been, some days I'll wake up as confident as you like, and then the next day it'll be like, nah, don't even want to go outside. It's the truth. Body image is always something that's up here. Difficult for me. But, got to try and look at the positives and stuff and work through it. Try to anyway.
How do you work through it? What is your process there?
Don't compare yourself to other people, because that, again, is a big thing for me, always comparing myself. Nobody's the same, so that's not going to help you or them or anyone else. So, yeah, probably doing stuff like that.
What is your biggest insecurity?
Probably my looks, man. I'm not going to lie, my style. I feel like I've changed it wherever I'm around. I feel like people judge me for it, but I can't take that into account. I've got to love myself for who I am, do you know what I'm saying? So it's something I've got to learn for myself. But yeah, I'd say that's my biggest insecurities.
And what are the sorts of things that you do to kind of get yourself through that insecurity?
Go out by myself, spend time with myself, buy clothes for myself, spend time with my brothers. They help me, always gassing me up, you know what I'm saying? Being around good people.
And then lastly, what would you say to other people that are struggling with their insecurities and they might be similar to yourself?
It doesn't matter what everyone else thinks about you. You've got to love yourself for who you are. You're doing great at what you do, and that's the main thing about life.
Take it, talking to the Lord, I don't think that I can face it. Never anymore, on the daily I've been praying. Lately I've been panicking like how I'm gonna make it. I just play my part and hope heaven really vacant. Shiver down my body, I can hardly bear the chasing. Shorty got no love and I can see just what she chasing. I can tell it all, she gotta know she worth the saving. Far from the come up, I still can't play with them foo-foo. Them boys like to dance and you can put them in a tutu. A king raised them queens, 111, really who knew that we'd be where we are. Now you find my name on Google. Slide for my bros, straight from out the BX. Born on a concrete where the crazies used to eat at. Raised to never cry, ain't no tissue, ain't no Kleenex. But the Lord is lifted, I just made it out the cleanest. Made it out the wilderness, where they kill your dreams at. at. Sipping on that potion, they were smoking on that tree sap. Don't you be confused, they be aiming where that beam at. Finger itching, fully loaded, they gon' hit your kneecaps. Down on my fortune, I can find no place to sleep at. But the liquor I was pouring helped me not to feel that. Anger in the soul made it hard for me to see that. What was really truth, now it's proven to believe that. Fast-paced racing, I don't know if I can take it. Talking to the Lord, I don't think that I can face it. Never anymore, on the daily I've been praying. Lately I've been panicking like how I'm gonna make it. I just play my part and hope heaven really vacant. Shiver down my body, I can hardly bear to chasing. Shorty got no love and I can see just what she chasing. I can tell it all, she gotta know she worth the saving. Body versus her soul, you can see just what she craving. She like running games, but this ain't PlayStation. Life is all the same, but things ain't all relating. Poison in her veins, if you like when she gon' face it. Body all disfigured, she got more than just a facelift. Tatted on her arms like a canvas, get it painted. A queen on the surface, but her heart is really tainted. Searching for a God, only hoping for some changes. Going down the wrong way, that'll lead to danger. Been around the block, so you know she ain't no stranger. Down to do whatever, long as you got means to pay her. Life is all a game and you can be the one to play her. Down on her fortune, she can find no place to sleep at. But the liquor she was pouring helped her not to feel that. Anger in her soul made it hard for her to see that. What was really truth, now it's proven to believe that. Fast-paced racing, I don't know if I can take it. Talking to the Lord, I don't think that I can face it. Never anymore, on the daily I've been praying. Lately I've been panicking like how I'm gonna make it. I just play my part and hope heaven really vacant. Shiver down my body, I can hardly bear to chasing. Shorty got no love and I can see just what she chasing. I can tell it all, she gotta know she worth the saving. Shiver down my body, I can hardly bear to chasing. Shorty got no love and I can see just what she chasing. I can tell it all, she gotta know she worth the saving. I just play my part and hope heaven really vacant. Tell it all, she gotta know she worth the saving.
Well, dear friends, may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you, your household, wherever you are. Today I would like to address this message for those who are failing in life. And I will show to you today the reason why you are failing in life. You are failing or consider to be a failure because you believe in God, but you don't believe in yourself. Yes, you do believe in God, don't you? You believe in God, but you don't believe in yourself. You are always saying, I do not qualify. I don't have skills. I don't have education. That's why I don't succeed. And when you see others succeeding, you say, no, this is not for me. I cannot make it. That person is better than I. That's why he is successful and I am a failure. When you say so, or when you have these kinds of thoughts in your mind, it shows that you believe in God, but you don't believe in yourself. Now I have a question for you. How can you say that you believe in God? You don't see God. Do you see God? No, you don't. God is spirit. Spirit is invisible. How can you say that you believe in God, in someone that you do not see, and you don't believe in yourself? Because every morning when you come before the mirror, you see yourself. And you don't believe in someone that you can see. How can you believe in someone that you don't see? You don't see God. So my friend, it's time for you to believe in yourself, in your own potential. You have to believe in your potential. You have to believe that you can make it. I know you read the Bible, you go to one church, you speak to the pastor, to the priest, to the father, but you do not believe in yourself. That's why you depend on the pastor's prayer, you depend on the priest, you read the Bible from cover to cover, but you don't succeed at all. Why not? Because of this lack of self-esteem. You have to believe in yourself, believe that you can make it. And when you start believing yourself, your life begins to move forward. And God will help you. God does not help, does not bless someone that does not believe in himself. Believe in God and believe in yourself. You can make it. That is my advice for you. If you want to write to me any question or you need any spiritual advice, this is my email address. You can email me and gladly I will reply to you. May the Lord Jesus Christ, the God of the Bible, bless you. I wish you to have a good one.
Do you need food for your soul? Don't stop listening. Soul Food has more to feed you.
Okay, well, I grew up Catholic. I didn't really go to church growing up, just like, holidays, Christmas, Easter, those type of things. I didn't really start going to Sunday school until I was 10 years old, when I started doing my classes so that I can have my mass for my quinceañera. And I had my first communion, my confirmation, all that stuff that is traditional with the Catholic community. But I never felt in place there.
Why do you say that?
I felt anxious always going to, ever since I was, I think as much as I can remember, I had anxiety, just to live my life, just always thinking that people are staring at me or people are judging me, what I was wearing. When I was 19, I ran away from home. That's 2016, I would say. And for 2 years, I was controlled by my ex, who was very toxic to me. He was hurt by the church. So I was controlled in that aspect. I felt like I always had to agree with him as far as who God was or if there was a God, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I also, I really liked to smoke, and he didn't think that was a good thing. He's like, no, we can only smoke on the weekends or this or that. He always had my location. Even when I went to my mom's house, he was like, where are you at? What time are you coming? That kind of stuff. I know I did my wrongs as far as I hurt him. I cheated. I was looking for affection that he didn't give me, and I tried to break up with him multiple times, but the manipulation and narcissism really shined bright when I tried to leave. When I was in 4th grade, I had a very big birthday party. We had a trampoline in the back, and I was so excited to bring my friends. I invited a neighborhood friend. His whole family came with him, and they lived down in the street. So my family and his, we were a whole new big family together. And for a year, we would be always going to parties and stuff like that. The reason why I'm saying that is because my father cheated on my mother with my friend's mom. So that really hurt me. I felt like it was my fault, and I felt like I did something wrong for inviting them over and just for being a child, But yeah, after that, my father and my mother split up, and my mom really tried to be with him again, but there was some violence and stuff like that. So that's kind of what really led me to see what relationships were, and it's not their fault. I forgave them, but that's what imprinted in me, when I was a young kid. And then I was sexually assaulted when I was 13 from a guy that I only met one time before. And, I was very trusting as a child growing up. I didn't know, that there was people with malice and, people just, looking for something from you. Promiscuity really started. And I was seeking validation in people, and I was like, I have something more to offer now, I have something more, to keep somebody in my life, and, that was not the right way to look at it, but I know that now, And that created a lot of loneliness in me. I felt like I was carrying around other people's problems. I tried to commit suicide when I was 14. But now I've forgiven a lot. I'm no longer living in trauma. That's not my identity. I'm not a shy person. I'm not an anxious person. That's not my identity is in Christ. I live with love and I live with fullness. I know that God's presence is always with me. And now, like, I read the word and it correlates so greatly, and it helps me see how I live my life through him. I would like to say I'm in a place of peace and of full, like, overwhelming peace. Like when I read Ephesians this week, and I had to take like a little bit of time to like breathe because I felt such peace. Like it was so overwhelming. I was like, I've never felt this full with peace, this full with knowledge and understanding and clarity that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Do you need food for your soul? Don't stop listening. Soul Food has more to feed you. You are listening to Soul Food with Bishop Joshua. We'll be right back. If you have been enjoying this podcast, share it with a friend or family member.
Who are you going to be? And if you'll notice, I'm not asking what are you going to do, but who are you going to be? I'm asking you about how you plan to live your life every day. How are you going to respond when you don't get that job you had your heart set on? For all of you who are going to be teachers, what are you going to do if the students in your class next year just don't respond to your lessons? For all of you going into business, how will you react when your boss gives you a goal that feels way too high? See, these are the moments that define us. Not the day you get the promotion, not the day you win Teacher of the Year, but the times that force you to claw and scratch and fight just to get through the day. The moments when you get knocked down and you're wondering whether it's even worth it to get back up. See, those are the times when you've got to ask yourself, who am I going to be? And I want to be clear, this isn't just some vague platitude about building character. In recent years, we've actually been seeing a growing body of research that shows that skills like resilience and conscientiousness can be just as important to your success as your test scores or even your IQ. For instance, West Point cadets who scored high on things like grit and determination were more likely to complete basic training than those who ranked high on things like class rank, SAT scores, and physical fitness. So what we're seeing is that if you're willing to dig deep, if you're willing to pick yourself up when you fall, if you're willing to work until your weaknesses become your strengths, then you'll develop a set of skills that you can mold and apply to any situation you encounter, any job you might have, any crisis you might confront. But you got to make that choice. And let me just share just a little secret before I end. As someone who has hired and managed hundreds of young people over the course of my career, whether it was during my time as a lawyer, as an administrator, as a university, a nonprofit manager, even now as First Lady, I have never once asked someone I was interviewing to explain a test score or a grade in a class. Never. I have never once made a hire just because someone went to an Ivy League school instead of a state school. Never. What I have looked for is what kind of person you are. Are you a hard worker? Are you reliable? Are you open to other viewpoints? Have you stepped outside of your own self-interest to serve others? Have you found a way to serve our country, whether in uniform or in your community? Again and again, I have seen that those are the qualities that I want on my team, because those are the qualities that move our businesses and schools and our entire country forward. And just understand this. Those are the qualities that you all already embody. They're the values you learned from your parents, from the communities you grew up in. And today, more than ever before, that's what the world needs.